Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. What's going on, Jordan, Dason, and Dylan?
What's going on,
Going
man?
on, y'all? What's up? What's up?
Man, that intro, man, I look like we belong on a sitcom, man. I ain't gonna lie, this looks perfect. It's getting going.
To
Hell
get you
yeah.
pumped, get you pumped
Yeah,
just a little
yeah.
bit.
I was sitting there like, hey.
You know, people say that gets them pumped is the outro.
You think so? Oh, hell yeah. I can
The
see it.
outro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I see it. I see it. Of course, OJ. We got to look on the news, see if he's in a Bronco speeding away because I don't know where he's at. He really really loved this topic. Hell, he's on the thumbnail, but where he at though?
Where you at though? Goddamn.
The-
That
I-
man
He's
hiding.
He's in the bushes behind Dylan. That's where he's at. He's in the bushes behind Dylan. So,
He's
hey,
probably in a
Dylan.
drive-through somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, for real? Why you say that?
I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy that likes something like Cookout or Chick-fil-A or something
I
like that.
was just about to say, do you think he's stuck in a cookout line?
Yeah,
Goddamn double
Is that
burger
where you
with
think he is?
cheese. Double
yeah.
burger with cheese and the hush puppies. Yes, sir.
You about to turn this into a food segment.
I'm
I'm
about to
telling
throw it
you.
out there. I'm about to take my
Oh
order.
man,
I'm about to
I
take
haven't eaten yet. I ordered my Uber Eats and I haven't been paying attention. It's probably sitting on my porch.
Petty.
Yeah, it sure is, and I can't even go now because I already hit the go live button. So now I really need OJ to pop in here so we can get going. All right, and then Josh is going to be here, but
Look at that
Josh
man.
said he was
oh,
you know busy
there you go.
doing one. Now OJ decides that he wants to pop in here.
Yo, yo,
It's the man, the myth, the legend.
you already know what time it is.
What you mean? We already know what time it is. You don't know what time it is. We started 8 minutes ago. What you mean? You don't know? We don't
Yeah.
know what time it is.
Gosh, no. Gosh.
Man,
Dathan said
I-
he thought that you were stuck in a drive-through somewhere. Jordan said you probably couldn't tell time, and Dylan said you were on color people time. So that's what
Oh, is
everybody
that what
said.
he said?
He
I
said, "Now look, now, shit."
felt that last one.
Dylan said you can't get me canceled on my first episode.
I'm so weak.
Hey, so we wanted you because we wanted you to lead this foray today because we seen the thumbnail you on there. We know you do your little singing, like Jordan said. You be out there. But the thing we were talking about was music. Music, the language that everybody speaks. Everybody here loves their genre and things like that. But here's one thing I want to start off with. What is a genre of music that if someone doesn't know you like and would be shocked or just surprised to hear that you like this specific genre of music?
Man, shoot, I like old school music, like Earth, Wind and Fire, uh, Marvin Gaye. I like Luther Vandross.
Hmm.
That's when I'm not listening because really and truly on a normal day, it's just straight up hip hop. That's pretty
See,
much all.
that's what I was gonna say. Because looking at you, I know you got your long sleeves on, but normally looking at you, you're all tatted up. So when somebody sees you, they're gonna think hip hop, rock. You like all that
Yeah,
stuff. I didn't know you
yeah.
were gonna throw out old school R&B.
Yeah, thanks to my grandma. She put me onto that stuff. I just been like it just or especially Earth, Wind and Fire. Earth, Wind and Fire and Luther Vandross. Those were like her two like top like favorite. So
Uh huh.
that's all I heard growing up. So
That's
that
all you
always
heard
gets
growing
me.
up.
I be chilling. When I hear that shit, I'm vibing. Like, hell
Oh,
yeah.
grandma had a black boyfriend. Okay.
She did. She did. Granddaddy. That is that hell yeah.
Got to spice up a life.
Trying to tell you.
Oh, so Dylan, what about you? What's a genre of music that people would be surprised or just like, oh, you really like that?
Classical, like Beethoven and Bach.
Okay. Hell yeah.
You know what? See, I thought you would be an alternative rock guy. Not saying you don't like alternative rock, but
Folk music. I don't know.
classical. Okay,
Yeah.
you're in there listening to Beethoven.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, I was waiting for somebody to say a painter's name, because sometimes when you get into certain conversations and people want to fit in, they will say things like, "Oh yeah, I really love the music of Michelangelo and."
You got a Picasso.
Oh yeah, Van Gogh.
Yeah.
OJ's, you're having like this whole technology meltdown and we can see all of it? Your cameras are switching. I don't think you can hear us.
Yeah, my stuff did something ugly. Yeah, but y'all asked me what music would be shocking for me.
Yeah.
What you got?
House music. I listen to house music a lot.
Word.
I was gonna say rock, but I feel like y'all probably think I listen to rock.
Well, when you normally see people with colored hair, it's such a stereotype. It's like, oh, they like techno, house music, and all of that.
Shoot,
Really?
nowadays I think
valid.
Uzi. Nowadays I think Uzi with the dyed hair, the dyed, you know what I'm saying, the
Oh,
dyed
yeah.
locks and shit like that.
Yeah, that's why I said people usually think rock is because now they kind of bring the color
Yeah.
hair to that area.
Yeah, for
That's a
sure,
good point.
for sure. I like rock, but I
I
don't
do
really
think it's
care
interesting.
for like. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say, I think it's interesting how just by looking at somebody visually, how they dress, how they talk, you could kind of almost form a certain opinion, like, oh yeah, this dude, he listens to this kind of music. Like, I just think it's interesting, how our brain works in that way.
Hell yeah, for
Sure.
sure, for sure.
Mhm.
Hell yeah. Daggone. Nah, I mean I like rock music, but I can't only listen to like I don't like just pop up and if I hear it like on YouTube or something like that, I'm vibing with it. I can fuck with it, but I can't like the screamo. I can't do
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
I
so
can't
can
do that.
y'all listen to like the same genre all the time, or you absolutely have to switch it up?
No.
Hip hop
I
all
gotta
day
switch it.
long. Old school, new school, all that shit, all day long.
Yeah.
But
I can
sometimes the
listen
same songs every
to
day.
rock
Yeah.
quite a
What'd you say?
bit.
Like,
What'd you say,
especially
Dylan?
this garbage that they got circulating around on like the billboards. Yeah, it's all
Okay,
just the same,
wait.
same stuff.
I'm gonna cut you off for a second. No, first I want to know, what did Dylan just say? What did you say, Dylan?
Oh, he asked if there's a certain genre that you can listen to constantly, and I said,
Hmm.
yeah, I was raised a metalhead, so I can listen to rock and metal all day.
Hell yeah.
Oh, see, I go through modes. Like last week, I was just all in 80s music last week. Everything I was listening to was 80s pop. And then I'll just go into these different cycles. But you know what, Dathan, you said something, and we have a music show airing in February that a lot of people will say it's the narrative, it's the easy thing to say, everything today is garbage, which is what every generation says when the new music comes out, right?
True.
But we do know that music has been recycled a lot more in these days. And we also know that certain things are required to be a musician that weren't required back in the day. There's a lot less unattractive musicians out there today because you have to have that
Yeah.
aesthetic, right? It's looks over talent for a lot. But when people say the circulating trash out there, I believe those are people who are only listening to the radio, only listening to mainstream. Because you can start running down a list of bands or artists or people that you know, or you listen to people like, who's that? Who's that?
What
So every generation, like Ice Cube says, every generation has their trash musicians, and every generation has their great and good musicians. You just have to find the genre and find the artist.
Yeah, for sure.
And it also
And
depends on
the reason I say that is because like me, I don't stick to just one genre. I listen to a little bit of rock, a little bit of alternative, rap, of course. And the reason why I say that is because in my job, they stick to the same station.
Mm.
Doja Cat. What's the five other artists that
Oh
just
yeah,
keep
well
getting played
you
all
got
the
like
time?
that
Red?
retail store music playlist
Yeah.
going.
Yeah,
Sexy
the damn
Red,
Target, that
Ray.
Target music, that
And,
Target.
and the thing is, you can even switch stations, but they will still like I don't know. You got to go to a whole different station just to even hear anything different.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why I said, Dylan.
It's crazy.
Do you agree with what I was saying? Was that's why people who say that are usually listen to the radio, and they're not real. Because usually when somebody says, the music today sucks, it's all recycled, and I ask them, well, what genres do you listen to? They give me like two genres, and I'm like, well, if you're just listening to one or two genres of music, you're gonna think that eventually because you don't listen to anything else.
True. And some of the best music out there is music that like for instance, my mom showed me a band called Avatar. It's a metal, rock, and I had never heard of them, but they're honestly some of the best music I've heard recently. And it's like you wouldn't expect that if unless you wouldn't find something that good unless you go out of your way to get off the radio. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
for sure. The
Yeah, because
underground scene is big.
I remember my friend is like 2000. I know that was 24 years ago, but like I said, it happens every generation. So like 2000, it was like 2000. He's like, man, all the rock bands suck. It's all trash. I'm like, you're telling me Linkin Park sucks. You're telling me Matchbox 20 sucks. You're telling me Lifehouse sucks. He's like, well, no. You're telling me Stain sucks. No, then what are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
I just named three bands that probably who knows those three bands I just named.
Yeah, I heard of them. Shit. I heard of them. Damn. Hey, sometimes, like you wake up early in the morning and MTV would be playing, and they would just play like random music early in the morning, and then that's where I find some of the artists that because they're on the come up, and that's when you
Yeah,
hear that, and you're just like, oh shit, that's
that's
fire.
how I found Janae Aiko when she
Yeah.
had like that. I don't
What
need
did
you,
you say?
Janae Aiko.
Bless you.
That
Oh
was
yeah.
But that's how I found out about her when she had that song like "I Don't Need You, But I Want You" or something like that. Like
Right.
that's how I learned about her was through MTV.
What's
Hell yeah.
your favorite song by her?
My favorite song by her, I don't know. She's had a lot of good albums. My favorite song would probably be it's between one of the songs that was on 2088, um, or it would be Sativa with Sway Lee, where it's like, why you make it so complicated? I
Oh
like that.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Probably my
fire.
favorite one.
Well, that's one of the things
Oh
that's
yeah,
interesting because
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
Jordan said, "Listen on MTV," and that's one. Remember when VH1 and MTV was all music all day?
Mm-hmm.
It was so helpful in discovering
And
other artists
yep.
from
They
genres
put
that you
so
didn't
many
listen
people
to.
on.
Yeah.
So many people they put on.
Yeah, because you'll listen to something that's typically in a genre that you don't listen to, and you go, "Man, you notice you start bobbing a little bit." And
Mm-hmm.
you're like, "Who is this?"
Hell yeah.
But now it's they don't show music all day, so
So I seen this question on YouTube. Are there artists that you listened to a lot when you were younger that you listen to now and you felt completely different, like didn't like them at all, or you didn't like them before and you love them now?
I don't really know about that, but there's definitely like growing up and like hearing like the early 2000s like R&B like Ja Rule and Ashanti and like all the Usher songs and shit like that. Like it was fire back in the day, but I never really paid attention to it until but like as an adult, like when I grown back, I'm like, "Oh, that's my shit. That was it
That
back in the day." And then you play it and I just enjoy it a lot more as an adult than I did versus as a kid when I first heard it. For
Yeah.
sure. Hell yeah. But I
I
mean,
I don't. I haven't liked anybody because like all the artists I liked growing up, I was always behind. Like I was a '90s teen, but I loved '80s music. I was like the only teen that was listening to '80s music. Like in my group, they were all listening to the music of the '90s. And then I hung around my grandmother and my grandfather a lot, so I heard a lot of '50s, '60s music. My dad played '70s music all the time, and my uncles, who were teens in the '80s, they played '80s music all the time. So I was hearing everything like before my time. What I did become as an adult, I had a greater appreciation for the music that I was hearing when I was little.
hmm,
And then this is what happened to me. All the music between 1994 and 1997, the years in high school where I would should have been listening to what's relevant at the time, I started appreciating that music 10 years later.
yeah, I get that. Yeah.
so what's crazy for me one time when I was younger, um,
One time when I was younger, like he's 70 years old. Okay.
One
I
day,
just said,
that was young.
you see what I
Yeah.
get, Dylan? I just said I was in high school in 1990 freaking seven, and then this guy follows it up with, when I was younger,
at least I didn't say damn this time.
because you know what I'll do to you when I see
Full
you in
schools in
person.
7 years ago.
But nah, so like when I was like 8 or 9, I did not like Michael Jackson. I didn't like him. I didn't like
Yeah.
his
Turn your
music.
camera off.
I knew I knew somebody was gonna get pissed off. So it's like I
I
didn't like
got
Michael
pissed off. I
Jackson.
got pissed off.
And until like the time he died, sadly, I didn't really understand. And when I really sat and listened, I was like, oh yeah, no. Michael Jackson is tough. Michael
Um,
Jackson is really good.
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
what can be with that too, and I want Dylan to speak to this and Dathan a little bit, is sometimes when you're only listening to like we said, the billboards, what's hot. An artist is great when you can listen to an whole album, 1 through 12,
Mhm.
and someone's only listening to the hits when they can only tell you, like, when you talk about the album, they're like, hey, track 1, track 3, track 4, and then when you start getting to 10, they're like, what song are you talking about? Like, what is
Yeah.
that? And then you ever notice sometimes your favorite song is the song that doesn't even get played off the album?
Yes.
And
Oh,
so
for
when you
sure.
look at somebody like Michael and Beyonce, you think of all the number one hits and the hits, and then you forget about those songs where they were like singing, you know.
Hmm.
The single won't even be the best song on the whole project.
Yeah, for sure. Every single time.
Wow.
The singles are generally the singles get played out, and then you hear them like constantly, and you're just like, yeah, I don't want to hear all that.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
tell my age when I say, well, we had it on the B side because
On the
we
B
had
side, hell yeah,
on the B
goddamn.
side.
But
One
what's
song.
crazy though is that like growing up, I like the '90s music more than anything because all I was listening to was other than the Earth, Wind and Fire and shit like that. I was listening to like Tupac, Naughty by Nature, like all that shit. I was big on the '90s.
I feel like the '90s was the best time for artists, where now is the best time for producers and engineers. Because like it's like what y'all said, where it's like the beats being recycled and everything. Their
Yeah.
whole stuff is being recycled, but it sounds amazing. It's just the artists that are hopping on it and the rappers and some of the singers, they could be better. Like,
Man, I kind of like the originality. It's like Prince said. It's like he sampled the sample, and everything came true with what he said. And he was like, there is no originality. They just be sampling the sample of a sample, and they just fucking play off
Well,
Definitely.
that.
this is true, but you said the '90s was the best time for artists. Just tells me your age. Um, uh, if I was an artist, let's talk about this for a second before we go back to our love movie. If you were an artist, what would be the time that you would love to be alive? Because I'm just
Oh,
gonna go straight party scene, and the age of Studio Sister 54. You can't go in the clubs now and see the top tier artists, the mid tier artists, and everyday people just smashed into the same space, right?
Yeah,
You're not going to walk in a club and sit 5 feet from Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and whoever, right?
yeah.
So the '70s, I would have loved to be an artist alive. Definitely in the
exactly.
Oh God, the
I would
'70s.
definitely,
Yes.
yeah,
Or the
for sure.
'60s, back when Pink Floyd was playing. Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I can see that. Nowadays, people don't know how to act. Like, you even hear with, like, Megan Thee Stallion, people trying to rob grave her mom's grave and shit like that. Yeah,
oh,
they're trying to desecrate her mom's grave and shit. Like, fans don't know how to act nowadays, so there's no
if
way
you
in
heard,
hell they could get them in the
Well,
in
I mean,
the
it's not. You sound like an old person now because it's not nowadays. We just don't have news of it. I mean, you think of how many stalkers they had to, pull off of people's property back in
hell
the
yeah.
'60s and the '70s and the '80s. It wasn't reported a lot. You
Hell
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
now you
Yeah.
see it everywhere, like with social media and everything. You can literally learn about, something that happens almost immediately.
They know
yeah,
exactly where everything is at. People
yeah.
tripping. People tripping. Hey, y'all need to relax. Like, yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, y'all need to relax. So what is a popular song that was extremely popular that everybody around you loved but you couldn't stand?
the song from Frozen.
Oh my God, Let It Go.
Yes,
I want them to let that damn song go.
I swear, I hated that song.
They act like it was the greatest Disney song ever. I'm like, get it out of here.
Any song from Justin Bieber, for some reason, I couldn't stand any of that.
Young
Any of
Justin
his
Oh,
Bieber.
music.
yeah.
Wait, yeah. That's a very good question. Young
No,
Justin Bieber, or older
baby.
Justin Bieber?
Baby. I hated that shit.
I
Baby,
mean,
baby. Yeah, no,
any
fuck
of it,
off.
really.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can
So
agree with
Dylan, it's more like the early Bieber stuff.
Yeah, like when I was in
Yeah,
high school, when he
yeah.
was
Older
first
Bieber
starting to
was
pop
tough.
up and everything, it
He
was,
got the bowl haircut with the swift.
oh my gosh, yeah. Hearing it everywhere, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm going to put my headphones in now.
You just
Hmm.
look. I could see Dylan walking by, hearing Justin Bieber, and he just puts on Rage Against the Machine and puts his
Yeah,
head.
that's exactly what I would do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. You know what? A song that annoyed me when it first came out, and then I hate annoying songs that you end up catching yourself bobbing your head to, because when I was uh, graduating, that Hanson song had came out. Bop, ba-doop,
Oh
bop,
yeah,
bop,
yeah.
doo. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I was
Gosh,
like, oh, the
yeah.
song is so annoying. And then one day it was on the TV, and I'm just sitting here bobbing my.
I, I ain't trying to talk shit, but I know that song from watching VH1's '90s hits.
Yeah.
That shit was fire. That shit.
What do y'all think about Behind the Music? Like when two
Oh man.
things. I think two of the best shows music wise that were ever on was Behind the Music and MTV Unplugged, because you got like the rawness of the art, sometimes to their detriment, Mary J. Blige. But uh, MTV Unplugged. But the first one I said was Behind the Music, because you just started to learn some stuff like, whoo.
I love the behind the music. I love that. I love the first one. I think it was like Lil Wayne, or the one that I saw. I love that shit. I love watching
Oh,
about all
Lil
of that.
Wayne's was crazy.
I love Lil Wayne. That's the one that
What
I
wasn't
remember
the first
vividly.
one though? That was the first one you saw.
Yeah, that was the first one I saw. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It
I
was a
like
big.
watching
That
band
was when like the Carter
documentaries.
3 dropped. That like it was huge. It
What'd you
was
say,
huge.
Dylan?
So I like watching the band documentaries. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
one documentary that I watched was like Metallica,
Mm-hmm.
and they like behind the scenes. You know what I mean? The process, and all of the band members would be fighting and shit, and it was always a good time.
I would have loved to see them do a behind the scenes of Metallica when they played the concert where they had 1 million fans.
Oh man,
Oh
Yeah, have
yeah.
you guys ever
that would
seen
be
that video?
insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
going to everybody I know, they pooped and peed on themselves, because how are you going to get to a porta john?
Yeah, no shit.
Oh man, there's a
Wow.
documentary on Netflix about about that shit. It's crazy. People
Yeah,
go crazy
it
at
is
the
crazy. But I do agree, not agree with Dylan, but behind the music, I never really cared about the artists that were around. Like, I always wanted to hear the stuff about before,
Yeah.
hmm
when they would dig up and you would hear things about the bands before. Bands, I don't care what anybody says, rock bands have the best behind the musics.
Oh, they're wild. Bands are
Yeah,
crazy.
it gets
Even the movie
crazy.
The movie The Dirt, even though that's not like a documentary, but even
Uh-huh.
that showed the background of Motley Crue. That shit was crazy. So I can only
Yeah.
imagine the real deal.
Well,
Like,
well, that's why the song says "Party Like a Rock Star," right?
I'm trying to
Yeah.
tell you, totally, dude.
Because there was a story. REO Speedwagon. I'm dating myself again. They're an big '80s band. They said they went and stayed with Elton John, and when they woke up the next morning, the entire suite is just destroyed. And Elton John wakes up and he's cursing and screaming about the damage. And he's like, "What happened?" And they said, "We kept saying, you're what happened. You did all of this."
Huh. That was,
But you, Elton.
Oh,
They said that guy partied ridiculously hard.
that's crazy.
Is
that's
everybody
crazy.
enjoying Dathan's frustration with his speaker not working as much as I am?
You can see the mind
Definitely see
working. You
frustration.
can
So
it's
focused.
it's
He's
it's
locked in.
ticking. Yeah,
I love
yeah.
how,
Look at
since
him.
this is YouTube and it's our little talk show and we don't care, we haven't switched his camera off. We haven't done it.
You got to get clips of the facial expressions. Like at one point, I seen him say, "Wow," like
You can literally.
You don't even hear us right now. It's crazy.
No, he doesn't.
that's crazy.
It's crazy.
It just and the thing is, it's like, does he remember that he's on live right now?
It's almost like he has a picture of himself on it, just like of his face.
Yeah,
The thing is, though, do you think he knows he's on live?
He's got to.
I think he does, but it's one of them things where you so locked in trying to figure it out, you're not even.
He's eating. That's what that is.
Yeah.
He's eating.
Because
Yeah.
this was you
He's got to mute it
earlier.
because he's chewing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that aggravated chewing. Like he's chewing so he don't get upset.
He's like, bro, maybe if I just chew slowly, they won't hear me.
Okay. he just messaged you. He knows we're laughing at him. I bet.
Oh man, he's a good actor. He's like, I'm gonna just play it cool. Keep it
He's
kosher.
just gonna drink his little water in his
Yeah.
little glass.
You mentioned
He knows we're
you mentioned the unplugged, right?
Fine.
Oh man, this is too funny.
That was good entertainment, though. Thank you for that.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
man, Dathan showed up in here like the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh my god,
Oh
Sure,
damn.
he left like Baltimore too.
you
God
said
dog.
what?
But you mentioned the unplugs, right?
Yeah, the MTV Unplugged. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's two of them that strike me like all the time to this day.
Mm-hmm.
There's Alicia Keys unplugged
Mm-hmm.
and how her name Lauren Hills. Lauren Hills. I know hers is super legendary, but I love
Mm-hmm.
her unplugged a lot, whole lot.
Hell
Two
yeah.
unplugs that I enjoy. Okay, so I really, really, really enjoyed the Jay-Z Unplugged.
Yeah.
Not the biggest JP fan, but I enjoyed the hell out of the Jay-Z Unplugged. Jill Scott one I liked a lot too.
Hell yeah.
I like
Kanye.
the Jill Scott ones because it reminds me of that you can still go, and I guess this goes to the people that saying all the music stinks today, but you go to local bars and places and hear people sing, and it's like, oh my God, this person is better than what I'm hearing
Yeah,
on the radio.
yeah.
Especially if you go
That's
to a place like Memphis or New Orleans or something like that.
hell yeah. That's what I really enjoy about the little on YouTube. They got the tiny desk.
I was
Uh,
just going to mention that. Yeah,
I really like the tiny desk. I really like that because they'll either slow it down or they might add like a jazz feel to it or some shit like that. Change it up. I really like that. I really like that shit.
and they real creative with it. It's never just a very simple setup. It's always some type of way they throw something in or like a hitch or something that you got to
Yeah.
catch.
I really like that. I would like to go to that.
Go. What's stopping you?
Shit. Ain't nothing stopping me. But shit. Ain't nothing. Yeah, I'm just talking
Why
out
he
the
had
side
to,
of my neck.
hey, OJ, why he had to think about it like he was married for a second?
I was like,
You
shit.
seen the whole idea flash for his eyes again, right? Just
I'm over there. You see it, I'm trying to figure it out. Hell
yeah.
no. Hell no.
Like, dang, I really do want to do that, but how? Like that 5 seconds of just visualizing all the
My bank
plans.
account is set up. It's
What's your favorite rock band? Now see, when we're talking about genres, of course you have all your subgenres, rock. So when you say rock, I mean you got rock and roll, you got alternative rock, you've got punk rock, you've got all types of different genres. But just as a whole, what's your favorite rock band?
I'd have to say my number one will always be Metallica
Uh huh.
because that's just what I was raised up on. But I mean, next would be Rob Zombie.
It took me so Metallica and Guns N' Roses, and you know how sometimes they say your ear gets better as you get older.
Yeah,
When I was a kid, I couldn't listen to Metallica and Guns N' Roses because I sound like everybody that complains about um, metal says it's just a bunch of screaming.
and a bunch of noise. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and then when I started like when I became like 17 and I went back and started listening to some Guns N' Roses, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You know what put me on the rock is Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z put me on to like
Yes.
Disturbed. They put me
Nice.
on to Corn.
yeah.
All that shit.
Oh, and people would make those YouTube Dragon Ball Z videos.
Not like even the movies, like the movies and the show
yeah.
that like they incorporated that in there. Like,
Soundtrack.
you hear it in the background and shit, and that's why
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that shit's fire.
No,
So-
Dragon Ball Z has some really, really good soundtracks. Even
They
the
really
video
do.
games, they had a lot of solid soundtracks with rock and all types of stuff in
Oh,
there.
yeah,
yeah.
Disturbed, man, that shit's fire.
Disturbed.
What's a band or an artist that especially a band, because it's once an artist are gone, it's a single artist, that's one thing. But if it's a band and the lead singer is suddenly gone, that's a killer.
Yeah,
Like Kurt Cobain,
I was going to
Kurt
say,
Cobain, definitely.
or for Linkin Park.
I was just about to say that unexpectedly, Linkin Park. I was like,
Well-
wait, what?
tragedies too, like Leonard Skinner. I know it's a completely different genre, but they were never the same after like most of them died. So
Yeah.
what about the Temptations? Does that count?
come on now.
Wait,
Come on,
they,
now this
they were
Otis-
way past their prime before somebody was gone.
Yeah.
What's
David
about-
Ruffin. David Ruffin was giving them a hard time though. Shit, David Ruffin was giving him a hard
I
time.
thought he was about to start naming members of the Five Heartbeats. I was just saying. I was saying.
Nah.
I was like,
The
that
movie,
wasn't
the movie flashed in my head. Honestly, that's
the Five Heartbeats.
no, the Temptations
Oh.
movie.
I thought he was about to go. I feel like.
That's one movie that I actually never really finished.
Speaking of that, you know what? I used to like musicals. I kind of hate musicals now.
I
I
hate them.
hate musicals. I hate
Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
not a musical guy.
I hate them.
You're
Cats,
not a
get out of
musical guy.
here. Get that
No.
shit out of here.
I don't mind a musical like original Annie where they sing, every now and then. Those musicals where every 5 seconds somebody is singing are annoying.
That's why I can't watch Disney no more.
They're just walking down the
Yeah.
street and you're like, "Hey, Dylan, how are you doing?" "I'm doing one." I'm like, "Oh my
Like,
god."
Yeah,
bro,
for real.
that's why I
Yeah,
can't
I
watch
know.
Disney no more. In Disney movies now, every 20 minutes they're singing about
Yeah.
something at least once. Like,
Yep.
hmm
just
Yeah.
why the whole town join a musical, bro? We're 15 minutes in. I don't even know the plot yet. Like, what are we doing?
Can't do it. I
So
can't do it.
musicals is definitely not your language.
No,
No,
hell no.
So you're not taking about anybody on a date to see a musical, huh?
I'll go see an
no.
opera. Shit.
I'll go see
Opera's
an
different.
orchestra.
Opera's
I'll go to an
completely
opera.
different.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Opera's
Hey,
completely different.
Dylan, were there any be not a tandem, a trio? You know what's so funny? The three greatest tenors, right? Everyone can usually name two. And who are those two that they usually can name, Dylan?
Of what?
The three greatest tenors.
Tenors?
Opera.
Oh shit.
I don't
Placido
know.
Domingo.
There's a fat dude.
Yeah, I
He's
can't
got
think of any.
What are you talking? You don't know the three greatest tenors, dude?
I
Out of the
don't. I
three, I
can't think
want
of any.
dick.
Okay. Huh?
oh boy. I just know one dude, he's chubby. He got like a beard and a mustache.
I know
Yeah,
at least
he
one of them.
Pavarotti.
yeah,
Pavarotti.
him. I don't know his
So
name,
you
but
got
that man look like he eats some ravioli.
Pavarotti, Placido Domingo, and nobody, unless you're an opera buff, you always remember Jose Carreras. But if you
Oh,
just know of the three greatest tenors, you can always name those two, and you never name Jose Carreras. But man,
Man.
Pavarotti is ridiculous.
Have y'all been
I,
to?
I recognize that name. You know, that's the weird thing is like even music. Sometimes I can recognize a song, but I'll
Mhm.
never remember the name of the band.
Oh, that happens all the time. You
Yeah,
hear
all
something,
the
you're
time.
like, "Oh, I didn't know they sung that."
all
Yeah.
the time. Hell yeah.
That's why music videos. Have you ever appreciated a song more because of the music video than before you
Absolutely.
Oh
saw the
yeah,
music video?
definitely,
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
definitely.
Yes,
There's some where
everything,
there's
everything
some
with
where I'm
Megan
like,
Thee
that's
Stallion. No, I'm
stupid.
just kidding.
That's how I feel about most of ASAP Rocky's work because
I love ASAP Rocky shit.
he's a very visual guy, and so you'll listen to his song, but then the video will bring the whole song to life, and you hear it a whole different way after that. Like he
Man.
did it with LSD, even the song he just put out called Riot. Like his videos are always very intentional, and I
Man.
appreciate that.
Try going on a trip and watching that shit. That shit
There you go.
crazy.
Insane.
That shit crazy. I mean, like, yo.
The members of Brilliant Spike does not induce or condone the use of any illicit subjects or drugs. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
We always have to thank we always have to thank MJ for that. He's the one that took music videos to a whole nother level. But in terms of like creative music video, Missy Elliott.
Missy
That
Elliott's fire. Mm-hmm.
And just
uh,
her flow would be just oh my yeah.
just a video.
Mm-hmm.
You watch a video sometimes and you go, "This is amazing," and then you watch another video and you go, "I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's amazing."
Hell yeah.
But it's amazing.
Yeah.
So like,
That happens a lot.
do y'all
Busta
have a
Rhymes was good
favorite-
too.
Do y'all have a favorite music video?
Ooh, I think I have favorites for different reasons. Like maybe because of an emotion, or just because of its creativity, or because it's just fun. So there's like a bunch of different categories where something will be my favorite. And a lot of my favorite videos aren't extremely popular videos. You know,
I
A
like
lot of them
early 2000 music videos. All the type of genre. Early 2000s, like for some reason, it's
you
just
like that Jamiroquai.
it's like generic or not generic, but nostalgic for me when I watch
Oh
that
yeah,
shit.
nostalgia.
like,
I get it.
Do you
I
feel like
like
it's formatting?
Something about it is just maybe it's just the early 2000s as a whole, but just to see how people dress, how they are, shit like that. I don't know. It just
Baggy clothes are coming back for
They
sure.
had a
shit's
boost
crazy.
in technology at that time too. You got to remember the videos, 90s, mostly in certain genres, they were, done with the
Yeah.
lowest of budgets.
Yeah.
And then as that person, you can tell where that person's going by what their videos turn into, right?
We
Sure.
can't not show love to like country music because even though I don't really listen to that shit, I be hearing that shit around the shop and I be like, oh hell yeah, my
Country
big boy
Oh,
music
track.
is
so
going
listen,
crazy right now.
I like country music because I liked some folk bands, and I like bands like Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh
Hmm.
I
yeah.
love Jim Croce.
Yeah,
So now, but I'm more of an older country guy, like a Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash kind of guy. I'm
Johnny
not a
Cash.
poppy. I'm not a poppy country guy.
I love
No.
Johnny
gotcha.
Cash.
Yeah, all I really know about country is Johnny Cash,
Yeah,
Really?
and he's more
yeah.
rock country. You know.
I've been
Listen,
learning.
you know how they say like Elton John has that song turn on those sad songs, when you because you think when you're sad you should be listening to something happy, right? But you
Hmm.
never figured out that
Yeah,
sad songs can make you feel better. But so whenever I'm deep sad or depressed, I put on Johnny Cash, Hurt.
Oh
Oh
yeah, I
man.
can play
And then
that on the guitar.
That's a
play the
good one.
video.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean about a video can do so much. Now Johnny Cash's song Hurt does it enough, but play the video and
Yeah.
listen
Hmm.
to Hurt.
Yeah.
It's rare that when someone redoes a song that a lot of times the artists love it. And there's two artists that paid very good homage to the song. Nine Inch Nails is,
Yeah.
they're the ones who sung Hurt. And they're like, it's Johnny Cash's song now
Hell
because
yeah.
so
He was.
different. And then Disturbed. Simon
Yeah.
and Garfunkel are notorious for hating anyone who covers their song.
Hmm.
And Disturbed's cover of Sound of Silence
Sound of
is
Silence. Yes, phenomenal. His
That
voice
shit is
because it's so
fire.
deep. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
tears it up.
That music video is good too.
yeah. That's
It's
why
very simple.
that's a rule in listen to something before you trash it because it's new. Because there was a lady that she does musical reviews, and that song came out, and she trashed it during the whole review.
Oh,
I don't
That's
decide
crazy.
and Garfunkel, it trash. It's not good. And then she got so much backlash from the people that like her that she said, "Okay, I'm gonna give this a second look." So now she's listening to it, and now she's liking this stuff, and it's like, yeah.
I'm about to say your ears do not work. What's going on? What's going?
when I was going back to that song "Hurt,"
Hmm.
um, when I first broke my neck, I was going through like a really dark period, right? And that one song is the one song that helped me get through that, which
Hell
is,
yeah.
it's a sad song, but I mean, it's like you said, when you're sad, sometimes when you listen to something sad, it can lift you up,
Word.
So I learned the song, I learned how to play it on guitar and everything. And it's going to be stuck in my memory for the rest of my life.
hmm
She said when he broke his neck.
Goddamn.
Is what he said when he broke his neck. And then Dylan has that. So if you would have said country, Dylan has that like that country. He has that low key, that country voice. Like you can picture him with a cowboy hat on and some boots.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. With other clothes, Jordan.
What?
It was the way you said hell yeah. I said a cowboy hat and boots, and you're like hell yeah.
I was about to start singing this 5 o'clock somewhere, I guess. Shit for drinking and shit. I don't know. Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's funny.
Somebody had a shirt on the other day that said, "I'm not gay, but $20 is $20."
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Shit.
Yeah, I've seen
I,
that.
I had a
crazy.
I had a hoodie while we were in high school and I got it from my grandpa and I didn't realize fucking what it said, but it said I'm a taxidermist. I'll mount anything. And no teacher said nothing. It had a picture of some hunter with a fucking deer right in front of him like this. Like, and I was like, oh
Oh, yeah,
Jordan,
that's
you
so,
nasty.
hey,
that's
bro,
hilarious.
hey, it was my pop. It was my, it's like shit.
All right. So
Oh man.
speaking of sad songs, right? So I
Uh-huh.
was in high school, and it was me and like two of my friends.
Hmm.
One of them looked up this like super sad song. Like apparently at the time, it was like one of the saddest songs to ever come out, and people were like putting in the comments, "Oh, like this song reminded me like my dead grandma. This song reminded me of a relationship I just went through. I'm so depressed. This helped me get through it." So every time someone I have like a paragraph like talking about their life in the comments, my friend went under every comment and put K, K, K,
Goddamn.
K.
Goddamn.
Oh,
For like an
that's
hour
beautiful, man.
straight, the whole class.
No,
Just went through the whole 500 comments. K.
Saddest song ever that I've ever fucking heard in my life. Dancing with My Father, Luther Vandross. Saddest
Oh my
song ever.
god,
Really?
That shit's
that
sad
is
as
a sad
fuck
song.
to me, bro. You can hear that shit in his voice. That man is sad as fuck.
It's sad. Yeah, it is sad. I could think of some sadder, but that is
I feel
that
like
is a
Boys
sad
to Men
one.
is sadder. The Hard to Say Goodbye. I feel like that's sadder, honestly.
It's so hard. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that
It
reminds me.
is. You know what? So
Of,
we could probably say this: the type of song can be sad, especially like if you just lost a homie, that's probably going to hit you the worst, right? If you just lost your father, that's probably going to hit you the worst. If
Hell yeah.
you didn't lose your father too
Oh
long
yeah.
ago, so it could be the particular song, because Bone Thugs and Harmony might hit you hard, you know.
Oh nah, that song Smokey Robinson was singing at the end of the Temptations movie when old boy died. That was a sad one. I miss you, my buddy. I miss you, my friend. Oh man, he was sad as fuck. I was like, God damn, Smokey. Goddamn.
what about
Neither one of us by Gladys Knight. I know some of you might not know what that is, but that's a sad one. And When Will I See You Again is a sad one too. Especially, all the breakup songs, if they hit you at the wrong time, can have you. Your friends, they be trying to act all tough when they break up. You know what they be
Yeah.
doing in their room, they be crying.
They be doing the dancing from Let It Burn,
Yeah.
like from the Boondocks in the rain, dancing and shit.
Right.
yeah,
Car!
yeah,
that wasn't me,
exactly.
boy.
Let it
When my started left,
burn.
you knew.
Let it
When my
burn.
started left, you knew, boy. I was broke up. I was a mess.
Yeah, but you try to hold it together in front of everybody, like, "Hey, you straight? Yeah, I'm good."
You
I will
can
hold it
do
together
that. Fuck that
sometimes.
bitch, man. I swear to God.
I'll be the friend in the club. I'll be like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not supposed to be here right now, bro.
Yeah.
OJ was killing the vibe.
I'm sad, bro. Like, why? I told you I didn't want to come here, bro. Why you bring me out here, bro?
Hey, I'm that friend, Dylan, that makes you cry because I do like Stewie the Brian. I'm like, "Hey, OJ, yeah, it's okay. What? It's okay. What's okay? It's okay, OJ. Stop it, man. It's okay,
Me,
OJ."
he's gonna have an argument. We gonna start arguing on the spot. Like, why you? I wouldn't even. You ain't even have to say nothing to me.
Yeah, his shirt gonna be wet. He's talking about arguing. His whole shirt gonna be soaked.
I don't know why I thought about Cuba Gooding punching the air when he got mad. That man upset,
Did
boy.
you see the Gary Owens special, Black Famous?
I have not seen that.
You gotta watch that on Amazon Prime. He does a part of his joke. He does the
Hell yeah. Well, he was mad as hell. He was mad.
Dylan. It's rough when you're fighting that imaginary person, right?
I've done it before.
Gotta do it.
So, question, because somebody's gonna ask in the comments, how'd you break your neck? If you don't mind sharing.
I was going through an obstacle in my at my high school,
Mhm.
and it was pretty much like a adult sized bounce house, and I was going through it, clipped one of the obstacles, and it wrapped around my head,
Ooh.
and my momentum going forward shot my head down, and it broke the C5, C6, and C7 vertebrae.
Goddamn.
Yeah, so they went in from the front, and it was when at first the scar was literally from my jawbone down to my collarbone,
Mhm.
so it shrank significantly. But
Goddamn.
yeah, it's
And how old were you again?
16.
Oh, okay. I thought, man. So,
Man.
were you playing any sports or anything at the time?
Yeah, I was a competitive diver at the time.
Oh, that ended that, huh?
Yeah, and I played football and baseball, and I trained MMA too.
Okay, well, we definitely weren't going to do football and MMA after that, but dang.
Yeah.
Man,
But
I am
how long was that road to recovery?
Well, I was paralyzed for a couple of days, but after about a week, I was able to get up and start walking again. But I mean, as far as like full on recovery, I would say that it's still ongoing. Like I still deal with nerve damage. I still have movement issues as far as the neck goes sometimes. But I mean, I can move, and I'm able to do certain things. So I'd consider myself blessed.
hell yeah. I'm a fucking idiot, bro. When you said obstacle, I was like, yeah, you did. But not like a course. I didn't know you meant a course. I thought you were just
Yeah.
saying like an obstacle. I was like, yeah, you did, boy.
It's one of those life obstacles, man.
Yeah.
no,
I was like, damn.
It was an actual obstacle course.
Yeah. Okay.
Fun
Damn.
times.
Deep down respect for sure.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Thank you.
The only way Jordan's gonna break his neck is from being down there too long. All
No,
right,
it's gonna
so
be like the damn
uh,
the damn scary movie where they throw shit and they just randomly. That's
Oh
me. That's
yeah.
how I'm gonna break it. That's how.
don't get me started about scary movies. We better get back to music. If you're gonna get me, I'm gonna go on a tangent about how annoyed scary movies uh,
Oh man.
make me. What's an artist that you heard and then when you saw what they looked like, you're like, oh damn, that's not what I was expecting.
Mm.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly roll.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Like I wasn't expecting him to look the way he did. I guess I was surprised.
The one that always gets me is the singer that sounds black, and then you see him, you go, oh, okay,
Oh.
Like Bobby Caldwell.
yeah.
Yeah, just like that's exactly what I was thinking about.
Bobby
Yeah.
Caldwell. And
Yeah,
this you know
yeah.
what's messed up? So
Yeah.
many black people have redone that song, and it don't sound as good.
Nope.
Some people still get upset. Some people I see like they still find it like ain't no way, hell no. Like, yeah.
Well, they called them back then. They called them blue-eyed soul singers.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
know.
that makes sense.
Michael McDonald, you just have those booming voices. But Michael Bolton got me because I hadn't known what Michael Bolton looked like, and then I finally saw him. I was like, oh, it's
All the singers on American Idol. The ones that sing good. All the singers on American Idol.
he just said all all the singers on American Idol.
If
Which
you
ones?
sing good
All
on
of them.
American Idol, wow.
Yeah.
American
you.
Idol's annoying. The best singer never wins.
Yeah.
The thing that upset me about American Idol is like they'll do the background for some people, and at that point you'll have a good feeling. Usually they're gonna make it if they showing the whole background. It's the ones where they show the background and then they would shit the bucket. I would be so
Oh yeah.
I feel like
But then,
nowadays
but then we
American
also
Idol-
learn that sometimes they do several takes, and the producer will put on the one that was not so good, and then that person's gone.
That's
for
true.
sure. For sure.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's already been discovered that sometimes the audience picks a winner, but they say, nope, we're going to shift it to this other person.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they say that the audience is the one choosing, but no, it's
No,
it's
Chris
I
Daughtry.
entertainment.
wonder if
think,
they do
does
that because you notice the runner-ups in third places seem to do better than the people who win.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if they're like, yeah, we know these two people are about to go take off, and this might be their last hurrah. Let's give you the win.
My
I'm
person,
trying-
I mean, that makes sense.
I didn't know Biggie was gonna be that ugly.
Nah, Biggie ugly motherfucker. Hell yeah, nah, Biggie ugly as hell. He got the eye going that way. Oh yeah, that's an ugly motherfucker.
Like I didn't expect much, but I ain't think he was gonna. I don't mean to disrespect a man that's in his grave like that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't said nothing. All of Biggie's people in New York, I said nothing. It was O.J. Street. He live in North Carolina.
Nothing to do with that.
He live in Greensboro.
What they gonna do? Send Diddy? What they gonna do?
Diddy,
I'm just
Diddy-
messing with you. Don't hype it up. I'm just playing. He gonna make it worse. It's a joke. Now he gonna make it real. And then me and Jordan catch straight bullets because he trying to act tough on damn YouTube. Boy,
Come on,
settle
man.
down.
If Diddy hits you up, call me.
Well, Diddy need to
First of
chill.
all,
Diddy
first
about to
of
get
all-
locked up himself. He need to chill. He needs
First
to
of
chill.
all, people aren't scared of Diddy. They're scared of the people that Diddy used to use because Diddy ain't scared nobody for nothing.
Nah, everybody's
Oh.
scared about partying with Diddy. Diddy be trying to take you out shopping and partying. Hell nah.
No, that was
Stay away from me,
hilarious.
Diddy. You stay away from me, bruh.
When 50 Cent said that was hilarious.
yeah, you
When
trying
he
to
when 50 Cent said what?
Diddy was like, they was just talking, chopping up one day, and he told 50 Cent, he was like, man, like we should just go shopping sometime and shit. Like, let's just take out. I'll buy it. I'll take care of it. 50 Cent like, this
What the
nigga
hell?
just asked me to go shopping.
Yeah. Like, what
And if
talking
you
about?
know 50 Cent don't spend money like that.
No.
50 Cent is notorious for going, you want me to pay how much for shoes?
And
Like,
he's going shopping with the homie. Just the homies. He's
He
not,
got a song called Window Shopper. No, I'm playing.
hey, 50 Cent has songs that can teach you about life. You know, all these friends that ask for money, I feel like I should just listen to him when he said, I don't know what you heard about me.
Yeah.
I just
First-
can't get a dollar
First
out
two
of me.
50 Cent albums are his best ones. The Massacre
Yeah.
and Get Rich or Die Trying.
absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
I don't want to
I
die
would remember
trying, though.
Candy Shop.
So what?
So what?
I don't want to die trying, though.
For sure.
I want to get rich. I just don't want to do the die trying part. Like if I don't get rich, but I get comfortable, I'll be all right.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
I'm all right with comfortable.
Hell yeah.
Oh man. Well, y'all, it's been a good one. OJ scared us. Thought he wasn't gonna be in here, and I was like, "You're gonna have him talk about music." OJ, where can people find your music?
You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, just about everything. Look up OJ Neon and pop right up.
right
Yeah.
on, man. Good for you, bud. That's awesome.
Dylan, where can they find yours?
I'm not producing yet, but I will sooner or later.
He's on Broke Neck Records. No, I'm just kidding. I'm an asshole.
God damn.
Actually, dude, I should make. That's actually a great idea. Shit.
Yeah.
That's what people with the broke back
Now,
mountain.
look.
I don't like
The
that.
neck breakers. Hell yeah.
Dylan's gonna turn that to $1 billion label and shit on it.
Yeah, it just sounds too much like Brokeback Mountain. I don't like that.
Oh,
God damn.
that's
You gotta. No, we don't speak of that. We don't. We don't speak about that.
says the guy that got excited when I said Dylan was wearing a cowboy boots and a hat.
He ain't Heath Ledger. Nah.